What's going on, guys? It is Zach, and today I have what I think is probably the most underrated piece of Pokemon merchandise, at least in the US market. This is the Pokemon Selects. In detail, it is the 6-inch figures. These figures have been coming out for a while. They started with the 25th anniversary with the Charizard, and most of them have been a Target exclusive. I have seen some of them make their way into GameStop and Walmart, for example, especially that Charizard figure. But they are on Series 4, and this is the Samurott figure. So I've done a couple unboxings of these before in the past, so I wanted to talk about these again because I do feel like they are underrated, especially for the price you can get them in. Now, when most people think about merchandise for Pokemon, they think about the clothing, the pins, or the plushes, mostly the plushes. But sometimes you want like a figure, something that you can put on the shelf and give it a little bit of display. The plushes do that great, but sometimes you want something that has a little more action to it. You could get some of these little minifigures that come with Pokemon packs of cards, but to buy a whole box of Pokemon cards, if you just want the little figure, is sometimes a little unnecessary, even though I've 100% done it before. You also have things like these little Pokemon models. I've gotten these at Barnes & Noble, GameStop, Amazon, and these are pretty cool and can feature a lot of different mons. But if you are not the best at building model kits, even though these are very simple, it's real easy to mess them up. As you can see, if you looked at this in detail, you could see that the stickers aren't applied the best on mine. And that's about it. So that's where I think this comes in, because if you want a statue that you can pose or collect, this is going to cost you, if you get it officially in the US, anywhere between $50 to $250 for like the high range ones from the Pokemon Center. This comes in at only 20 bucks, 22 bucks if you get it online. And we've seen some of them go on clearance for as low as 10 bucks, which I think is a really big steal. This thing has 20 points of articulation, and it comes with its own little posable stand. And as you can see in the back, there are different series and different waves to collect. This one was Series 4, which came with Typhlosion, Charizard, Samurott, and Dragapult. Now, in each wave, they have been doing a bit of a reprint. So Charizard came back in this one. And that's good because it gives you a chance to get figures that you might have missed in previous waves. Charizard has came out in like two or three of them out of the four. But I mean, it's always great to be able to make sure that you collect as many as you want. But let's get this guy opened up and let's take a look at him. If you guys enjoy this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in these, I'll have the Target links, but I'll also have Amazon affiliate links in the description down below. All right, so I got the light on, I got the thing on. This is a pretty big box. Nintendo Pro Controller for reference. So when you get this, it's mostly just blank space, and you're not gonna get like a lot, but what you do get is a posable figure, and this one actually has its own little blade attachment. So I think that's really cool. I think the only other one that came with the attachment so far has been Greninja, which I also did a video on when it first came out. But I've just been picking these up as it goes and waiting for Tyranitar. The head of Jazzware always tweets out what's your favorite Pokemon, and I know what he's doing. I know that he's trying to gauge to see which figures they should make next. And Jeremy, if you're watching this, I want a Tyranitar figure. But anyways, I don't keep these sealed. I know some people keep them in the boxes, but these are such great figures for the price range, and they just look good on a shelf. They look good on display. So that's what I'm going to do with them. That's what they're made for. So you get it opened up, and the first thing you get is the little stand. This is where your Pokemon is going to come posed on. They all come with the same stand. So I mean, even if you lose a stand, you can always replace it. And this one only comes with a small piece. Okay. So that's the first time we've gotten this small piece. Before, it's usually all the same. And then once we take the figure out, we can see we got a pretty decent sized Samurott, and it just looks so good. I'm going to get all the plastic and edit that out so you don't have to hear that crumpling. Okay, so we got our Samurott figure out, and as you can see, its head is movable, its neck is movable. So this gives you a lot of options to do different poses, and oh my goodness, check this out. These little pieces right here, they come out. They're additional blades. So you can go in there with your Samurott stacked. And of course, you get the big sword here, and then you have the hole to pose it right down here. This one is a little hard to pose compared to the other ones that I've worked with. All right, so this one, out the box, you get the additional blades, which I think are really cool. The only thing I don't like about them is that they kind of come out easily. And there's the other one. And with the short, I understand why they did the short bar in this one, but it kind of makes it hard to pose. So, want to get the legs up. And it looks like you're really not going to be able to get the bottom legs on the platform. But from here, we can pose the arm up and give it its blade. And I want to position the legs in a way where it doesn't look like they're just flopped down. I'll keep that one tucked in. And the second one, we will use here. And it's got little holes in its hand. To get them on. They're a little snug, and that's good though, because you don't want them like falling off while it's just like sitting on your shelf. Yeah, this one's a harder one to angle and to keep on the little platform. But like I said, these are kind of to sit on the shelf. I want to say if a kid's playing with these, they won't mind, except for the swords falling out. But other than that, like, it just, like, the detail when it comes to how it looks like compared to what you see in the anime and the cards, they look pretty good. So now that we got that, I'll probably pose it so it's a little angled. Maybe turn the head a little more. And so we'll get something like that. For 20 bucks, it's just a very clean figure. It's a good amount of detail. This one, posability is not the best, especially with those back legs and the small mount for the stand. But I think once you get it in a good spot that you like, it's going to look really good on a shelf, especially if you have it next to the other ones. And it's just a very clean figure. But of course, as I've said before, I have these throughout my game room. I have collected every single one that has released so far. I do know that Jazzwares has teased the next figures being Suicune and Mewtwo, so this is definitely something you can keep an eye out for if you want just your favorite Pokemon, or if you want to collect them all. I do think it would be kind of hard to pick up some of them now. You will have to pay secondhand prices, but a lot of them can still be found in Target or ordered from their website for about $20 to $23, which I think is really good, really awesome. And I think it's just a solid piece for anyone who wants bigger figures for their display, for their Pokemon collection, that don't want to break the bank. Okay, so here is a complete view of the shelf with these Pokemon Select 6-inch figures. I have all of them that have been released so far, and I plan on keep on collecting them. Give me that Tyranitar. But here, these are all the ones that you can find in Wave 4. I know Charizard can be found at GameStop and Walmart, not just Target, but the rest of these are 100% Target exclusives unless you get them secondhand from a reseller. But we have the Samurott here, Typhlosion, which I think Typhlosion looks really good compared to what kind of like Mon Typhlosion is. It's a very like simple design, and I think they still did it very well. The Dragapult, very limited on the posability. It's got little legs and stuff. The Dreepies don't come out, but it's still a sweet Dragapult figure all in all. The Charizard is the original one, so I don't know if they've changed it between Series 1 and Series 4, but this is the Series 1 model. Up here you have, you know, your fan favorites. They're definitely doing the fan favorites with the Dragapult, the Charizard. You got Greninja here, which has the little water shurikens. This is the only one other than Samurott that has had like a holdable item. You got Lucario over here. And then what I think is underrated, I think are really good here, is Rayquaza, however you want to say it. And then the Kanto bird trio. So you got Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. These all actually came out in different waves, so you had to keep up on it to make sure that you got all of them. I think Moltres being the most recent one, but they all look really good, and I don't think that these three get enough like figures and stuff like this. So I do think seeing these three here is really good, and then basically all the other ones are kind of your fan favorites. I have a little model kit from Japan. I got that imported. The little monocle Tyranitar, that's my little Tyranitar section here. But look at the size of like the model kit of Tyranitar and then these figures here. If you want to import this in, you're basically going to pay the same price as these guys here. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to check them out, I will have links to the ones that are still on Target, and then I'll have Amazon affiliate links for as much as I can in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite. And until the next figure comes out, or the next video, thanks for watching. We'll see everyone later.